Peep that? Peep that beanie game. I'm glad that this still exists on YouTube. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and today, my friends, we have something special, and I've not done a video like this on my channel, but I feel that we need to revisit, and this is the time. Perhaps the most iconic FIFA tournament of all time that many of you will not remember, and some of you have these nostalgic vibes even better. All the biggest names, at least in the FIFA community, it happened in person, New York City, but we gotta track back to FIFA 14? Hear me out. I feel that I was born a little bit too early because I was a part of winning tournaments and really and truly being involved with wanting to see an esports push, getting into content creation before there was a lot of backing, even before there was social media. My first FIFA Interactive World Cup, which has now been rebranded to the FIFA E World Cup, was in FIFA 2006. I repeat, FIFA 2006. You want more history with Mike, you want stories, you want the behind the scenes, drop a like on this video. We had drama, we had community, and it included this grassroots atmosphere that would never happen now. There's too much business in content creation, and it wouldn't be possible to bring all of these creators together unless you had tons of funding. Straight up and straight down. I don't know all the internal details. I was definitely not involved on the business end, and I was really and truly just starting to build some momentum on my own personal YouTube channel. I remember flying out to New York City, and I didn't make any money. I just wanted to be a part. Anyway, to watch this in person, to meet these creators, because a lot of these guys I didn't have an in-person relationship with yet, and this is throughout the Pink Slips era that's upcoming. I don't think we had even reached the Pink Slips era quite yet. Many of you may recall, if you've been following KSI or Gujan Daniel for a long time, this is where Gujan spoke negatively, publicly, about KSI, and unfortunately for him, KSI gave him the hammer.
Recently, I just started playing, Vagers, Pink Slips, stuff like
that.
that.
You didn't play that many YouTubers prior to that.
Okay, fine.
You played KSI.
Who
right?
is that? Okay.
Okay. That was pretty much the end of Gujan Daniel. Let's relive some of this goodness to a certain degree. If you remember this tournament, put something in the comments. Did I mention dropping a like for history with Mike? It should be a show. If FIFA ever gets big enough, I've got gems. Absolute, definite, non-debatable gems that could be sold. Maybe you could sell them. I don't know. Headphones. Let's run this up. All right. Now, I won't front. Kick TV, which was an outlet of Major League Soccer that then got sold to Copa 90, and then Copa 90 folded. A lot of content's not around. That's what I'm trying to say here. So I've been scouring the internet, and we're gonna watch through different pieces across the board. Even these videos here, I was looking at it, and they said that they were unlisted. So this is not even necessarily supposed to be public, but I did some digging for all of you. So this might be the last time some of this hits the internet. Wow, look at this. $10,000. Nepenthez wants that 10K. $10,000 for first place. You could not get Nepenthez to leave for a weekend, maybe not even a day from the house for $10,000 now, currently. That's what I'm trying to say. Times have changed.
What's up, guys? Nepenthez here. I am here for the Kick TV Invitational.
Crazy. I'm not sure if you can see this on screen, but even the cameras weren't as nice. Who remembers Rachel Bonetta? She's now at Fox. We actually did something around EMLS throughout COVID, so this year on Fox.
And I'm excited.
So, year 2.
Peep that! Peep that beanie game. I love it. This is classic YouTube. We did not care. Look at this. And I was the same. I was identical to what Nep is rocking right now. So by no means is that a shot. We just were in a different time period. And this doing it for the culture and this authenticity.
You were playing in last year. How do you feel going into this year?
Yeah, so the Kick TV Invitational was 2 years. There was one in FIFA 13, and then there was one in FIFA 14. This was ahead of their time. What an idea. Big shout out to Nate Laux. I'm not sure how to show any of his stuff on screen, but I know that he truly put together the tournament and the concepts behind it. I don't remember. I know Jimmy was present, but I don't know if Jimmy was really involved front-facing for this. Hugh Wizzy was. Do you guys know Hugh? Hugh Wizzy. This is my guy. So Hugh was a presenter and a host and a commentator actually in the Kick TV Invitational in particular. Good friend of mine, Arsenal supporter, amazing YouTube channel, #FraudGang. He's been uploading a ton recently too, so major credit to him. You might have seen him with True Geordie now. He moved from New York back to London. Hugh's the main man, 6'5" with a great jawline. The Kick TV Invitational had 2 years. It was FIFA 13 and then FIFA 14. The first initial announcement or introduction was online, and there was a bunch of promo that went out. I might be able to find some of those videos because you had to do an announcement video that you were taking part. And then in FIFA 14, New York City, $10,000 for first. It's just unbelievable to me if you think about the scaling. A lot of these creators just could not leave the house or leave their apartment or leave home or travel for the chance to win this money. Not even a guarantee, but for the chance to win something along these lines. And I'm not saying that there wasn't some sort of transactional exchange of back-end funding to play or to compete in this event. I'm sure there was.
Do you think it's going to be really hard for some of these players
Yeah,
to...
it is. When we was here for the Unlock the Cup, the 2v2.
Oh, unlock the cup with the 2v2s. Damn. There's so much content that I can make around past tournaments, events, just crucial moments in FIFA history. Hey. Worst video ever. Look at that, Rodashaw.
Right guys, so today I've got to do an announcement video, and everyone hates announcement videos, so I'm going to try and make it a bit more interesting.
You gotta love Blue Jumper Harry. Man, we were so innocent at this point in time. As a FIFA enthusiast and someone who just takes pride in authenticity, I love this portion of YouTube. It was so minimalistic in many ways, and in the best way. There just was no branding involved, nothing that complicated it. Don't get me wrong, content has definitely improved going forward, but there is something you have to appreciate from the rerun.
Try and read this. Last year, Kick TV took the FIFA community by storm.
This was the initial drop. KSI did not come to the Kick TV Invitational where they did it in person in New York City. Oh my goodness, the classic KSI videos where he talks to himself. Come on.
Extremely well-groomed black man with an amazing body that I would love to plow.
Be fair, KSI was in good shape in this, looking lean. KSI has always been hilarious, man. I actually miss the old KSI content in a lot of regards, because same thing, it was part of this I just don't care mentality that was just so pure at its heart of content, so damn pure. Let's see what else we can find here. So we got a ton of announcement videos. Japes won the initial year. Kick TV had a tournament play-in, so Notorious. This guy was, I would say he was definitely not the favorite in terms of people's personality views. It wasn't even all his fault that he was unlikable. He just wasn't a content creator. Everybody else was a content creator, and the Notorious won a tournament, so he was more of a pro player.
Notorious, and I'm here for the Kick TV Invitational.
Boom, and you are from Ontario. That makes you my favorite person. How does it feel?
Feels good.
Cool.
Sorry, I don't know why this is funny. So, even the YouTubers, everybody is so awkward doing interviews because nobody had done them before. I remember doing some interviews, and I was terrible at doing the interviews because I just never had done them before. I hadn't spent much time in front of a camera. I think that's why there's so much greatness within this tournament. I would love for the person behind this mask, because he might be doing podcast content recently. There was a lot on the backstory of the FIFA player, but I would love for this potential podcaster to make a topic talking specifically about FIFA player and the character, the creation, the development, and kind of what happened. Why did we see the end of the FIFA player? Actually, I'm going to tweet him now. There's one guy in the community that's pretty good friends with the FIFA player. He knows him well. For the next podcast with Seb, which is Spencer's brother, what happened to the FIFA player? I know you guys know this man well. Maybe get him on as a guest. Boom, tweet sent. Kick TV semifinals. This is that build-up I was saying. This content would still bang right now because the concept, the ideas, the craziness, the in-your-face action. I'm glad that this still exists on YouTube because I've had to do a lot of searching. I thought this was going to be an easier video to make just because of this tournament being so big at the time, but because a lot of content went missing, things have been taken down. It's been many years. He's done so much for the FIFA community, from a innovator, a creative, and then progressing where now he's this massive brand that is so much farther along than FIFA. And we rarely see him actually touch FIFA as a game now, but that's all credit to KSI, and what he also built with the Sidemen is very special and ahead of his time.
I've just been challenged on Twitter by some mug called Dirty Mike. He reckons he's a pro gamer.
Pro gamer.
Dollar playing FIFA, and he said he'll give me $1,000 if I go to his gaff and beat him at FIFA.
Same thing, $1,000 FIFA game. I'm not saying that wouldn't do numbers now, but people would not travel halfway across the US or around the world to play for $1,000. I was going to Texas A&M at the time, and it's in College Station, so not technically College Town, but pretty much.
If you want to keep watching me mug off the FIFA YouTubers, make sure you subscribe to Copper9.
If you know Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, he was a redshirt when I was a senior. And I actually didn't realize when we first started playing basketball together that he was even a football player. So an American football player.
I'm outside Dirty Mike's muggy little student house. I'm going to get in there and give him a real education, if you know what I mean. FIFA, stop.
This was so far ahead of its time. I wish that we could go back to this essence of just absolute madness. There was no step-by-step to having any levels of YouTube success, so what creators were doing was just different. God, I'm gonna be cringing right now. I'm not gonna stay on this video too long. Also, I'm not a good actor.
Hello?
Look at this college. Look at this college look.
Hello? Anybody outside?
It's the FIFA player, baby. Get in that house. Yes, yes, yes.
The big reason I wanted to make this video is because I was sitting back and I was reflecting and I was saying, I cannot believe how far we've come, not just on an individual level, but from a complete community, a 180. Half the FIFA guys don't even create FIFA content, but they're still massive in the world of content creation. And now we have esports, which didn't exist properly until 2017. Remember, this happened 2013 and 2014. We still didn't get an esports competitive calendar for another 3 or 4 years. And it makes me sad as well because even the likes of Jimmy Conrad, the content he put out with Kick TV to this day is still some of the best football-based content that has ever been produced. It was creative, it was off the cusp, it was dynamic, it was unpredictable, and it was coming out almost daily. And so many of us fell in love with Jimmy Conrad as a personality because most of us didn't know him beyond what he did on the footballing pitch. I guess now an ex-US national team player. I think he put in like 13 years to the MLS. Defender of the Year a couple times. He's got a story worth telling from a documentary perspective. I realize this video has been all over the place, but I wanted to talk about the most iconic FIFA tournament you maybe never heard about. And that's not your fault. It just dates back before a lot of people were truly involved with YouTube. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a thumbs up. Please share this video. I'm not sure that people are searching for this, but it's definitely content that will make people smile. If you were around throughout these years, even if you weren't, you probably would have liked to be. You might try to rewatch or find some of the content on your own. It was premium quality, but I have a lot more coming out for you ASAP.